So somebody said that the termites will do better with wood instead of grass. Oof, there's a lot. Let's open it. Okay. And I agree. I think so too. Come here. I think we should change this to wood. This time I didn't even have to put grain. You can put a little bit of chicken food there for them. You can see they go into the grass a little bit, but not as much as you would expect. Just a little bit, yeah. Just like that. As okay. Those pigs are hungry as well. So I think what we'll do today is we'll fill the bucket with wood. Pieces of wood, and then I'll take the grass out. I think we'll get a better colony of termites that way. But we did get plenty. See there. Very next thing this morning on the priority list is to get the pigs away from the house. So we're gonna put them all in the big camp, come hell or high water. We are going to finish that camp today. The smell and the flies and everything of having pigs close to the house is not a great idea. Joel Salatin said as soon as your pigsty or your animal enclosure or whatever starts smelling, then you know you're doing something wrong. And so we're definitely doing something wrong there. It's not working right. So they follow the buckets. Easier way to do it. I think one of you can go get the big feeding trays. Vat een man, yeah. Go help him collect the feeding trays, so we can feed them immediately when they are in there. Grab a buffel, catch buffel! Come buffel! Buffel's got his own plans. Buffel has got his own plans, he's running away. I want to get the other pigs. Thomas! Stop there. On top. Stop them on top there. See, that one wants to go to the old camp. That's interesting. Now the fun is starting. So the two last pigs that ran away to be caught, ran in and caught. Saggies. So they are up in the new enclosure. Now for us to close it all up. That will be something to do quickly. Okay, so in Mikon's garden, everything above Matthias. Matthias, say hello. Everything above Matthias has been planted. And then so he's planting the final one that's been spaced. Thomas is helping him. Fritz, I think, is maybe not coming back. We'll probably see on that. He went into a bit of a rage, and the other guys didn't enjoy that. So I think in general everybody decided that Fritz is maybe not the right guy for this, even though his skills are incredible, his knowledge is incredible. It's a shame to lose him because he can't control his temper. Okay, so we didn't want to do the cement thing below. We ended up finding old roof plates not matching with anything and rusted and so on. It looks a little bit like a township, but I think it will stop the rust and water getting to the wire. And so we dug that in a bit so the pigs can't get through. And then we so for instance here you can see the wire is quite high up. It's now the landscape that does this. Made little holes and tied it to the plates to pull it down a little bit. and then give a bit of a barrier so the pigs can't go through. They added this makeshift little roofy thing. I'm not completely happy with it, but it's better than nothing. It's a very important structure to have in a pig pen in our country, in shade. It doesn't look like it now. Doesn't look like the sun can ever shine here, but this place gets very, very hot. And so pigs need shade. They can't sweat. They need a bit of shade, and they need a little bit of mud to be able to cool down when the going gets rough, you can almost say. Wanted to make a nicer little roof there, but we'll get around to it. For now, this was Emmanuel's plan, and I'm okay with that. Sometimes when you hand other people responsibility, you have to sort of be happy by the way they do things. It was his own plan and his own design and his own little making, so it's going to be good. Right, I think Emmanuel and I will quickly walk to George's place and see if that place is keeping water, what's happening there, whether it's still standing. I'll leave these guys here for a moment. This is George's land. I don't know if you can remember, but a month ago this was just all barren soil. So even the most abused land looks like a forest now. If you zoom in from the top, you can however see that you can have a denser planting, you know, like here. But if you turn the camera, then it looks very nice and dense. Now, Brendo, my mate, has launched a sister channel in Australia. He's weird. I'm gonna lie to you, he's a bit weird. But I think we need weird people in his life. I'll leave the link above again. If you haven't subscribed yet, go do. I'll tell him to make longer form videos and to start planting stuff. But he's a really cool guy. And I also wanted to thank Wolfgang. He commented on all my videos, leave super thanks, and then recently he also bought me coffee. Wanted to thank Mikon, obviously. Mikon support is beyond words. You cannot imagine what Mikon has done for me already. Plus just being a good mentor, sending me great videos and great advice. So that's just wonderful. I'll show you this quickly. Biodiversity. Black butterfly. These things. We had one similar growing up. We called it wild marijuana. This is a medicinal plant. I don't know exactly what this one does. I have to look it up. But we had a plant very similar when I grew up. Then Justin J for the coffees. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate that as well. And then Wally and I wonder if I pronounce it Joaquim Costa, or is it Joaquim Costa? It's a Brazilian person or a Portuguese person, always just saying obrigado and leaving a super thanks. And to that I say muito obrigado, senor. I really appreciate it. I like it. Susie from Germany. Susie, Germany. She always leaves me comments, always first to comment on the channel. She's taken the lead above Gary Hancock, the OG. He was always the first on my videos. He's now moved to third. Susie, Germany is now always the first one to comment on my channel. Susie, you're awesome. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you everybody for all your comments. I think I lost Emmanuel now with all this video making thing. Where the hell's Emmanuel now? Hold on. I'll show you below here quickly. Look how dense this is. A couple of weeks ago this was all gone, but okay, to be honest, now this is a pioneer grass, an annual, the one with this little fine leaves. I see it everywhere where the land has been abused. This comes up the first year, and then the second year you'll get more permanent grasses. I actually don't know what it's called yet. I'll have to go check it up. But all the land that I can see that's been totally overgrazed, this grass comes up. Very fast growing, gives nice shade, gives something for the animals to eat, and then if you treat it right, it will allow you to grow other things as well. And we must almost be there. think this is our swale in front here. Eames! Did I lose you? I walked past the swale. Are you lost or am I lost? Where's the dam? There. Okay, so I'm lost. Yeah, it's incredible how different it is now, eh? Did it break or not yet? Not yet. Okay, grand. Yeah, the grass is growing fast. I'm saying to the YouTubers, this one here is an annual grass. It only grows for 1 year, then it dies. This one with the fine leaves. So every year it starts growing again from scratch.
So these are the leaves?
These are the seeds, yeah. But you have, like this one here, grows for longer. So some of the grasses grow for more years, other ones they start afresh every year.
How is it different?
Very nice. Is there still water in? Okay. Okay, so this is the dam. George's swale. And normally you could see it from miles away, but now it's here. Let's see if we can find a water line. You can see that it's filled up completely, which is very nice. You can see George has still got some goats and some things like that here. So he didn't get rid of all his livestock like he said. That's okay, he's got grazing at the moment. But he's supposed to get married soon, and that's why he wanted to also get rid of his animals. But this swale fills up. When once it starts drying out, then it runs back into the dam. And this is a little bit of a unintended one-way valve, so the water can go back out, but it can't go back in again over the hill. It comes in, fills up all the way there, and once it dries out, it doesn't run out back to the dam. But all the water that's there, once the dam starts drying up, then it runs back there. Right, then the swale goes to that side as well. I think we need to do something. The day after tomorrow, we are going to host a big job creation event. That is my birthday, and I said I'm trying to organize more shovels, but I want to employ 38 people. Said to Emmanuel, you must find people, everybody that can bring a shovel or a pick can get a job. And then we are going to create one big water harvesting structure. Now, about a year ago, for my birthday, we slaughtered a pig and we made some other food, and we roughly estimated that we fed about 300 kids. So we bought 150 plates, started giving those out to kids, and then after that was finished, we estimated that there was about another 150 kids. But simply feeding people, I don't know if it's the best permaculture system. Just quickly want to show you this. This happened to be the overflow. See here, Eames? This is where the water overran. So what happened is it started here, running very fast, and then as it was running fast, it started eating the bank. Started eating the bank away. Now it's all the way here, so this was a lot of water that came through here. Yeah, you can see this is all flattened. So there was a hell of a lot of water that ran past here the last couple of days. We should have had another 10 swales in here already. Okay, so I interrupted myself again. Feeding people isn't necessarily the most permaculture thing to do, or just giving food away for free, although it did give us a good feeling, and it kept 300 bellies full for that one day. So I decided to build the water harvesting structure, employ 38 people. It's going to cost me more or less the same, maybe a little bit less than last year. Well, I'm going to also feed them, so maybe at least the same. I think it's going to cost the same. And then they can go home and feed their family. So first we build a water harvesting structure. They have pride in themselves because they are working, and then they can take that money and go feed their families. So that's what we're doing this year for my birthday. So at the spaghetti garden, see our little wall is collapsing, and it's collapsing because it was built with straight lines. So this will be a good lesson to the guys on how to build a wall. It needs to be stacked like that, not stacked like this. Anyway, I brought in some onion seeds. Thomas is quickly putting in just three heaps of onions, two, next to each. Only three, Thomas. 1, 2, 3 holes. Two seeds. Yeah, next to each tomato plant. They say onions and garlic don't grow well, but it's not so close that I think it will have an effect. We made a traditional food this weekend called potjiekos, and this is the charcoal that came from that. Potjiekos is a meal that you prepare with all sorts of different things. It's a fine art in our country, even though Brendo might think mine is still a disgrace. I'll see if he can do better. We'll have a potjiekos competition one day when he comes and visit. But you make it in a Dutch oven pot, you know, those black cast iron pots. Put that on the fire. First you fry the meat, and then later on you add water, cook the meat, cook the potatoes, and then add the rest of the veg. Make a nice sauce, and you eat that over rice or pap, or sometimes even noodles if you really have to. Potjiekos, I'll put a picture of that below. Okay, then one more announcement, or two more announcements. First, Beshy, if anybody is a Christian and they want to pray for his arm, that would be wonderful. I think that would be a good thing. He's got a bad problem with his arm, so yeah, he needs some prayers. Seems like things are healing nicely, but when you had a big accident like that and he's got operation after operation, some prayer will not do any damage. Then some bad news to the people that's been following my channel for a long time. They would probably know Simon. Now Simon became part of the family. He very funny, just jokes that, you know, say things that's just funny, makes everybody laugh around him. Great person to have around. But he ended up often not showing up for work for a week at a time, and different reasons. I'm not going to go into what the staff say the real reasons is, but he would have his reasons, and we would not be able to get hold of him for a week, and he would also not contact us for a week, and then a week later he would arrive at work and just continue as if nothing is happening. And in the beginning I gave him the benefit of the doubt, and I paid him even for the days that he wasn't here, which in hindsight I probably shouldn't have done, because that set a precedent of it's okay not to show up, it's okay not to communicate, etc. But the staff became unhappy with the idea that they have to work and get paid, and he doesn't have to work, still gets paid. So I think the general consensus is currently that if he does ever show up again, that he's probably not going to get his work back. I wanted to tell you guys that first, because he is part of the family, or he was part of the family. He chose to, you know, not use the opportunities that's been given to him. So sad to us, sad to the people working with me, but that's life. That's how it works when you employ people. It's starting to rain again. Here is now a very clear indication. Quickly, the bottom dam pushed the water up to here. Then this little loose boulder structure lifts the water another 5 or 10 centimeters higher, and then that pushes it up all the way out. The other thing that became interesting now is that in the beginning the river would fill up, 3 days later the water would be gone. Now the river fills up, and then it stays for a week or two, fills up like that. So the water doesn't sink into the land as fast as it did in the beginning. You can almost not imagine that this is the same place. But yes, basically what I'm saying is This is now 2 dams. This is a dam that fills up here for half of the plot, 125 meters, comes here, reaches this little rock structure here, and then from here on it fills up for another 125 meters that way. So the spacing worked out to be just right. So Mikon bought a overall for Mateus. Mr. Mikon from America bought you a overall.
Thank you, thank you.
I was like, lekker, you must have a nice day, I'll see you tomorrow, ne?
Likewise.
Okay. And somebody asked me how did the fighting go over the weekend, so I'm just going to put a short clip in here on how the fighting went. I might not be a fighter after all. Anyway, that is the end of my story. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.